Exclamation everybody, and welcome back to Space Engineers. As always, I have been doing a lot of stuff off camera, particularly the last couple of days. I've been very busy doing things here in this world off camera. Still doing a lot of still doing a lot of experimentation and whatnot. We're going to do some more experimentation this episode. But I've also been doing a lot of just grinding and getting things at least moved along. Nothing is done yet, but I'm still working on some areas of it, and namely this landing bay here. You can see I've recolored some of it. This was a pain in the neck because I put the lights down first, and then I had to go and dig this out so that I could actually access the other thing underneath it, because these lights actually take an entire block, so you can't like hover over it and click the middle mouse button to color the other one because the light's in the way. So it's quite the painful thing, but I was able to get through most of it. You can see I got the tracks here. I there's a few more things I wanted to do here, but this is sort of the getting along the way. I've got this whole thing fleshed out now. I've got a little parking area over here for my guys. I would like to eventually make this a movable platform and have a maintenance area maybe underneath here. We'll see. I know it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for a station to have like a maintenance area, but I want to do it because I have grand plans eventually for the future where I'd like to be able to make a capital ship that looks like one from Wing Commander, from the Wing Commander universe, and in there they actually have landing bays like this, sort of, where you come in and the fighters would park over here, and then they have an elevator that takes them down into the maintenance bay underneath. So I want to eventually do that. I've been playing around with some pistons for other reasons, and I'm kind of getting the hang of them, so I think I'll be able to do that at some point in the future, maybe. But you see, I've got it fleshed all the way out to the end. It's all the way out here. We can see what's going on. I've left the other side here this color for now. I might make this actually a brighter white color instead of the off gray or the light gray that it is right now. Also, I want to make note that I have turned off the asteroid, the meteor storms. Why, you ask, if I turn them off? Because, they were an interesting sideshow for the first 70 hours or so, but having them come every 10 minutes and basically every 10 minutes hearing the guns go off and all that stuff, it wears on your nerves after a while, and I just got sick of it. It wasn't really a challenge anymore. It was more just a whole lot of annoying noises. So I have turned those off entirely. I know that it kind of diminishes the survival aspect of this, but honestly, the survival aspect of these areas out in space like this are not very high anyway. So that was not really enhancing that particular experience. I do have a little piece of the rock behind us poking through there. I like to try to fix that whenever I see it. But anyway, this is what we have so far. You'll see some green light here. That is a side effect of the lighting engine being just terrible in this game. Like, this game's lighting engine is really bad. I'm actually surprised at how terrible it is, because honestly, if I turn my headlamps off here, look how dark it is in here. Even with all these lights. Now, these lights don't give off a whole lot of light, as you can see. And I've been trying to experiment. I have another area that I'm working on that's near here, which is why the green light is shining through here. That I'm going to show off in a couple minutes. I've been working on, and it looks like, for a game like this that requires lighting and stuff, there's not a whole lot of options. You've got the mods that I've got installed, which, by the way, cause weirdness over in the corners here. Like, you see how this corner is? I can't put a light there because this takes up the whole block. And if I look under the corner lights thing here, there's no configuration that actually solves that. Like, these here are on opposite ends of the block, and what I really need is like this triple here only with the two on the corners like that, on the top and the left corner there. If I could get a 2 that was like that, then that would solve this little corner issue here, which I've got everywhere. Like I got there. I've tried to be consistent with how I did the lighting so that it was consistent in all the areas. Like over here we got it there. So everywhere we have a hard corner like that, a 90-degree corner with lights on either side, we have this particular problem. So that's unfortunate. It does look a little bit weird, but I'm working with what I got, and that's all I got. You can see up here it's particularly weird there. Well, it looks like we've got like a little grain of it actually stops you too. A little grain of stuff here. Let's go and see if I can let's get my lamp back on here. See if we can get rid of this. No, not quite. That might be there for good. That might be there forever and ever, it looks like. Yep. That's just going to be there, stopping me from moving around. Alright, well, do the best that we can with what we've got. But yeah, like I said, there's some things like that that just are a bit annoying. Another thing that's really annoying is that none of my bases here line up properly. If we go down in here, I've been trying to make this thing work out, and it does not. Like, it does not. I can't. It's at just enough of an angle that I can't connect these two things. I was trying to use the the merge blocks, and I might be able to get the merge blocks to work if I use pistons, which I'll show you in a little bit how I've been getting these bases to connect to one another so that I have one inventory. But yeah, this is pretty much a lost cause here. I've tried a few different ways to get these to like I've tried to get this to line up enough that I could put merge blocks, because merge blocks have to be straight on with one another, and nothing. I can't get this guy to just twist just enough to make that happen. I mean, I could go tear all this down and make it part of this here, but again, I'm going to be off just ever so slightly as I'm doing it. Oh, our oxygen is low. Let's go replenish that. So yeah, it's going to be ever so slightly off regardless of what I do. So I figure I'll just make do with what I can here. That's a bit of a problem. I feel like they should give you a better way of linking these two things together like that. But anywho, let's get our oxygen replenished, and I'll show you what else I've been working on. Let's come on, take some of that. There you go. There you go. Take a swig of that oxygen. Oops, I took it out too soon. There we go. All right. Up here has not changed much. I've kept it pretty much the same as it was. I don't need these turrets anymore because of turning that off, but we got everything pretty much is the same in here. It has not changed since the last episode. I've put some more pipes in here. You can see I've got pipes going down to a new area, which I will be showing you in just a moment. So we got all this hooked up now. Like the medical room is now hooked up where it wasn't before, and various other things. I really want to do this because I want to try to put oxygen down in the other area that I'm working on, and I'm going to show you right now. So let's come out here. This area will be like the main control area once I can get around to building it. I'm going to just connect it right to that station. I'm just going to keep that station going and just have it come out here. Since I don't have to worry about the meteor strikes anymore, I'm just going to build out here and do my thing. Plus I'm going to get all this ice out. So if we come over here, you'll see our landing bay down here. Oh, you know what I want to do? Do I don't have enough stuff, enough room actually. Well, let's go drop off a few things down here for right now. And what I'd like to do is I need the display, I think. Let's drop off the motors. I probably don't need those. I do need computers. What I want to do is make some LCD screens. Let's put some touches on this. This way here. Let's go. What is it? 5 is it? Yeah, 5. And how big is that? Is that the... I think that'll be big enough. Yeah, we'll put that there and that there. And let's put one here and here. Alright, so you'll see what I'm doing in a moment. Let's get these built. Oh, that's upside down. That is not the way I wanted that to be. Why'd you tell me it was upside down, game? Jeez. Jeez Louise. Alright, what was that? 5 again? 5, and I wish for you to be right side up, if you would, please. How do I tell if it's right side up or not? I have no idea until I actually put it down. That's kind of broken, I would say. Oh yeah, that's definitely not the right way. I wonder if I can just fix it in here. That's title. That's not what I wanted to do. And yes, that is correct. Alright, so we know that this is the way you're supposed to go in. And then on the other side, I'm going to have just the red X's, which shouldn't be as much of a problem because they're going to look the same regardless of which way you put them, I think. Or, yeah. Yeah, no, they should be correct regardless of the way I do it. So, put those up here. Control 5, and go... I think it's... where do I guess right in the middle there where the black is. Seems like, oh yeah, this one is taller. It's taller by a little bit because I needed to fit this guy in. So that's why it's slightly, the roof is slightly bigger. I need display. Do I have bulletproof glass? That's not what I want. I want display, right? Alright, we gotta go grab some more display panels. And we'll be ready to go here. Getting into this. I have my things on loop right now, trying to replenish some of my stuff. I've been going through a whole lot of stuff. Actually, I can probably come out this hole here and be a lot quicker to targets. Yep, here we go. Here. Oh, I need bulletproof glass. Oh. I do have some of that over here. Over yonder. There we go. Excellent. Back this way we go. Don't hit your head. It's gonna hurt a lot. Scraping your helmet. There we go. Excellent. And down here as well, hopefully. Oh, I can't put it there because my guy's in the way. So that's, we'll just have to do without that for the moment. But I think I could do it this way. Put it down here, which doesn't look right, but I'll do it anyway. Alright, good. And we should be able to set those proper like coming over this way. And yeah, control panel. What do we got? It's these two. Okay, so it's these. Blah, 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 blah. Cross. Or no entry, actually, is probably the best way. It's probably the best one to put on there. No entry and no entry. Blah, 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 blah. All of these. Probably just have selected all of them together. And that would have made this a whole lot faster. But there we go. That. See how that looks on the other side here. And I could make them flash and stuff too, but I'm not going to do that right now. It's fine. That looks fine. Alright, cool. So we're still sprucing this up a little bit. Still have more to do here. I like to lighten this area up a little bit more. Maybe make these a pure white instead of a light gray. But I also said at the end of the last episode that I wanted to start working on as you can see down here, my building area, and I've got some work done on it. There's still more to be done. I need steel plates, for instance, to do it, but I'm not gonna. We'll get that working once I show you the inside here. But this is where all the green light is coming from. That's why it's bleeding through. I'll have to adjust the radius of it to try to help out a bit. But I put a control panel outside so that I can have the dramatic opening here. The hangar doors shall be opened, as you can see. Yes, airtight hangar doors, 2 of them down this way facing upwards, those up there facing downwards, and we've got ourselves a nice little building area. So this is where the green lights are, as you can see. I'm working on the roof here. I've left the roof open so you can see what I'm trying to do. But let's go here real fast. And this is what I'm talking about the lighting glitches. Like look how bad the lighting is in this game. I mean, really terrible. So interior lights, let's reduce the radius of them a bit to say, well, 2.0 is the lowest we can go. So that might help a little bit, maybe. Let's see if that's still bleeding through up there. No, it's still bleeding through. That did not help at all. But there you go. And maybe when I put the roof in, maybe it won't bleed through. I am not sure. But my goal here, I've got a piston here. This guy is going to be, I've got a welder on a piston. This is not entirely done yet. This is working. This moves back and forth and whatnot. But I need another piston here to articulate it up and down, because I've pushed this down into a pit here so that I have more room to build stuff, and I like to have this actually come down and do the welding for me. Although I'll be controlling it, I still want to, for now, I'll be controlling it. Maybe I'll have some program block later on that can help me out. You can see I have a control panel over there. But I want to get this working, at least looking correct as I can. I want to have a little landing area out here where I can, bring my stuff out to take a look at it outside and tweak it as needed. And I want to also, the whole point of having the airtight doors there is I want to see if I want to experiment with oxygen and try and oxygenate this area and see if that works. I want to put an oxygen tank up here. I'll hide it up in the ceiling here along with a hydrogen tank, and I want to see if I can get those well, I don't know if I'll put the hydrogen tank up here or not. Yeah, maybe I will. I don't know if I need access to it. No, it'll be in the, I'll have access to it because I'll put the plumbing towards it maybe. But I want to put those up here. I want to have them connected to the refinery that's up top, and have some air vents in here, and see if I can actually stand down in here with my helmet off and not use up oxygen and stuff. That would be really cool. Now, how do I have this? This is a base unto its own. How do I have this linked up to the other base? Well, I still have the same problem with this that I have with the other base, with the landing bay, in that they, it's ever so slightly off. Like, I can't just, I can't just connect them up with a merge block because they don't line up properly. They're just slightly off from one another. So what I've done is I've taken a piston. So I've got, this is going up to my main storage area. It's coming back. That's the one I was showing you a little bit earlier. And I've got a piston connected to it with a connector. And I lined these up as best as I could. As you can see, they're still slightly off here. Like, these will not join up entirely. But I've got them close enough. I actually set this guy to a point where he's got, I think, almost no pull. Like, I put his strength down to like 0.001%, so he doesn't rip the other one apart. And it always takes the one with the lowest strength, so I didn't touch this one here. And I just extended the piston just enough to get these to where they were yellow, and then I went and accessed this guy like I just did and told him to lock in. And now these are, even though there's space there, these are technically connected to one another. So I have access to all of my parts up in my storage facility there. And you can see that if I access the welder here, you can see that I have access. I can see what's going on in the assembler. I can see, you know, the refineries actually have gone through all their ore, which is amazing. With all that ore that I had going around, I've been playing long enough that all that is completely finished now. And there's my large cargo container, which is where I'm going to have all my stuff coming out of, and so on and so forth. You can see everything is interconnected now. All right. All that said, I like to do some more work here. I've got the main repair bay here. I've got a ladder going up and down. I got the main building bay. This is my creation bay. This is where I'm going to be creating stuff. This main bay will be sitting here, and I'll be trying to get this welded up, and also get the sealing on this guy, and try to deal with the oxygen stuff. And I'm going to do a little bit of that off camera, and then I'll bring you guys in when the interesting stuff starts to happen. Alright, so I'm back, and it's tight quarters up here. I've got my oxygen storage, I've got nitrogen storage over here. I don't know if the air vent comes from the storage or if it comes from the refinery, but either case, I would imagine that this will still be all linked up, because it's going to be linked up somehow here. one way or the other, but we'll see if that's how that works. Alright, so this is the opposite way. Oxygen pressurizer. Okay, so put that there like that. And let's see if we can complete it. I need some metal grids for it, apparently. Which is fine. Like I said, it's tight quarters in here, so I'm just trying to maneuver my way around to get at this guy. And let's get our metal grids off of here. I would like to also, I want to hook up the low storage area that I have down there, and actually like embed it in a wall and have that be something that I can use to access all this stuff up here. All right, so let's see. Does this work this way? I don't know if it works this way or the other way, and our energy is also critical, so I need to make sure I deal with that very shortly here. So let's do it this way and see what happens. I don't know that I have a full seal either. It's kind of iffy because I switched up some of the things that I had there. What did I need? Construction components, right? Alright. I switched up some of the things that I had here, up here, like with the conveyors, in the hopes that that would help out with some of the stuff. Let's get power before we go too much further here, or else we're going to be in dire straits. So yeah, I want to. I've changed up some things to be conveyors, in the hopes that they are airtight. I would imagine that they are, because otherwise I'm not sure how you would structure it in such a way that you would have tubes and stuff around. But we'll see in a moment. We'll see if that actually works properly. This actually does have it has a yellow light, so I think that means it's actually connected, or maybe not. This has green in it. The storage has stuff. Let's go do our motor here. Let's get this going. Let's grab some motors out of the assembler that is making them. Alright, come on, get me back there. And let's see what this says. Right, that's hooked up. And that's still yellow, which I kind of expect. Let's see if this works once I close this up, maybe. Let's see what happens here. So we'll put the finishing touches in there, and then I'll close the outer doors, and we'll see if this is a sufficient seal. Those doors are almost closed. And I'm just going to keep my eye up there. To see, I don't think it's enough of a seal. Doesn't look like it. Let's look at the control panel. What do you say here? You've got setup actions, depressurize off or on. Remove air from the room and store it in tanks. Oh, that's good. Active antenna, setup actions. I guess it's just to turn the lights on. That's to turn the lights if you're oxygenated, I guess. That would be interesting for an airlock. You have like green lights and then, or red lights and then green lights once the pressure is correct. Yeah, this is not saying that we have a good seal. So, as far as I can tell, anyway, it might be just the way I have it hooked up. I'm not sure if it's supposed to get hooked up to the storage area or if it's supposed to be hooked up directly to the refinery. What does it say for the refinery? Let's get the standard grid 869. Where's the refinery at? Refinery, are you on here? Somewhere. There's the piston. Yeah, refinery 2. Not refinery, oxygen generator. That's what I'm looking for. Oxygen tank is there. Stockpile off. Stockpiling tanks will not get drained by air vents. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, so these do definitely go directly to the air vents. Okay, so that's... I wanted to make sure of that. Auto refill. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? No idea. Maybe that means automatic. I would think it's already doing something though, because it was green up there. Oxygen generator. Auto refill. Oh, that's to auto refill the bottles. I think that's what that's what that's for. Okay. All right. That's fine. Because that's the generator. We're good there. Yeah, I think there's still a... It's still not sealed. I think that's what the yellow means. It's supposed to turn green once you have a seal, I believe. So that might be due to this conveyor here, possibly not being sealed up properly. I don't know if that makes for a not valid seal. I don't really know. This is all an experiment right now, and I could look it up, obviously, and I will eventually. I just thought maybe I could muddle my way through and figure something out here. This has green lights on it, right? Yeah, I mean, that's almost completely filled. So maybe this is telling me I don't have enough air vents? Yeah, because it would be red if it's not... I wonder, though. I thought that's what they said. I thought it was red if there wasn't a seal. Although it's showing yellow right now. And I don't think this is sufficiently sealed unless the rock cave here makes for a sufficient seal, in which case awesome. But I know that this hole eventually does not is not sealed. So I don't know what else. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up to see what we can do there for that, to see how that works. I'm gonna put this block back for now and see if maybe it'll figure itself out later. But yeah, I'll have to look up to see how that works and what it looks like on the wiki. But anyway, we've got our welding thing on a arm now. We've got another piston here. We've got a conveyor, straight conveyor to this piston. So let's see if I can maneuver these around properly. I'm going to do them manually for right now, and then I'll link them up to that control panel. Or actually, I'll probably make another control panel down here so I can control it directly. But over here, I just want to see. Let's go F and say, where are you at? We've got... I really should name those pistons as well. Got the welding piston is the one that goes left and right, so I should rename this actually. Let's do side to welding piston side, and then I think this one that's can't be that one because it's not white. Where's the other piston at? There's the welder. Oh, it's yellow. So I guess it's okay. That might have changed yellow because of how I've hooked them up. I'm not sure, but I think this is the one that we want. It's an easy way to tell. All right. Yep, there it is. Okay, we gotta stop that. That's yeah, no, that's not good. That's not good. Hang on a second there. Oops. Oopsie. Let's try that again. Alright, this time we'll actually set the bounds on the piston correctly, but at least I know that is the one that was supposed to be doing the up and down. Alright, so we'll do welding. The actually this is really not well, the welding piston, this will say side. And let's make sure we set the maximal distance on this one here. Welding piston up down, and we will, let's see, we'll put the maximum distance at maybe, let's try 2 meters right now, just so I can see where it's going. All right, so that should be there. So if I hit, well, yeah, if I hit reverse on this guy, see how far 2 meters. Okay, 2 meters is almost there. So maybe 3 meters. This should be the maximum. Problem here is I need to be able to control it directly. Like I want to be able to say 1 meter, 2 meter, so on and so forth. You know, have it go up a little bit and down a little bit. But I guess I'll figure out a way of doing that just to have a little bit finer grain control. But anyway, just having it do what it's doing now I think is good. We'll grab this. We'll say, what was that piston, up down piston. So we'll say your maximal distance is 2.5. As far as that, it's a little bit closer. All right, we'll go all the way up to 3 and see what happens. Here and 3 meters. Good. Yeah, 3 meters is fine. That should be close enough to do some welding. In fact, we can test that out. I have to link up the welder again anyway, but we can test that out some other time. But I think that you get the idea, the general idea. In fact, I think top welder I haven't touched, so it should still go side to side correctly. This one, maximal distance of 5 meters. I think that's good. Let's do another 3 meters just in case. Let's see what this guy does. Oh, that was not good. Okay, all right. Disaster happened. Let's try that again. All right, so I think what's going on here, I think this is a little bit too close for comfort here. When this starts to move, I think it's actually causing that to break, and that's causing other things to break. So I'm probably gonna have to move this ceiling up just one more around, just around the opening of the piston here. Probably knock out these 3 blocks. Try to make that a little bit wider. I think that's what it's running into. I think it's because it's right on the cusp here, and I think that's causing it some issues. Because I was having issues actually placing the conveyor on here, because it was like, no, it's too close. They're too damn close. So let's see if I can possibly fix this right now. Problem is we have this in the way, so that's going to cause some issues, I would say. Yeah, that's going to cause me some problems. Well, we'll see. I'll put this here. What I'll do is I'll replace that with the conveyor, and I'll put a... No, I don't need to put a block there, but I'll replace that with a conveyor. So that should hopefully seal that area. I assume that conveyor seal areas. I don't know for sure. And there's still that one section over there, which I can put another conveyor in there. I'll put 2 conveyors down here. Let's go 1, 5. Let's do that right now. Oh, no. I'll need those parts eventually. I'll have to go pick them up again. They didn't break anything, did they? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. I've had parts fall out of stuff and then break right through the bottom, which was a very, very interesting turn of events. But let's do... Need interior plate, of course. Of course I do. Let's try moving. I don't need the metal grids. So we'll get rid of that. We'll get our interior plate. Where did those other things, other parts fall to? I wonder. Probably around here somewhere. Unless they fell all the way through the world, which is entirely possible too. Oh, I'll find them. I'll find them like 5 episodes from now, probably. See where they ended up. Alright, so let's do conveyor. Conveyor there, conveyor there. Need interior plates. This one we can fix here. Let's grab the interior plate from this guy. If I can get in there. Get me in there. Alright. Blah, 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 blah. Interior plates. There. Very good. And somehow I gotta get back out of this place. I should have left this one open here. That's 100%, and it's 100%. Those are white again. Okay. Get through here the hard way. Excellent. That's still all connected, and then that one still says yellow, so it's not quite. I think yellow means it's not a seal, a tight seal. I believe, but we'll see, because I think it's supposed to go all 4 green or something. If there's enough, or maybe it means that I don't have enough vents. I'm not sure. I have to look it up on the wiki. All right, so we've got this in place. Let me do a quick save right now before we activate this piston again and find that we've got some more problems. I think this is the wrong color, isn't it? Because it looks like it's a different texture from those. Oh well. Oh well. Anyway, down here again. Let's attempt number 3. Let's see if we can get this going. All right, we got the welding piston. We want this. This is the side to side, and I want the maximal distance to be 3, just to be on the safe side right now, because we need that head. Actually, you know what? Let's make it 2 until I see how much headroom we've got. And then this one is the welding piston. Up, down. This one, we definitely want this down to 3. We've already tested that. Sweet. Alright. Let's extend that right now. Make sure everything's still good. Yep, that's still good. Yeah, I think 2 is about, because that's like 2 blocks there, so I think 2 is about all we're going to get from the side-to-side motion. Which means we won't be able to use the welder up the front here, which is going to be possibly a problem. Yeah, well, I don't know. We'll see how far it extends. Maybe it's not. No, this is not even extended yet, so it is going to be an issue. Kind of need a little bit more space there, I think. Oh well. Oh, here's my components that drop to the floor. There's some more in there, right? In that little well. They always end up in the well, just like Timmy. Yeah, I think that was probably all those. So yeah, this piston, I'll have to figure something else out here. Maybe there's a way I can... I don't know if I can't really extend this out any further. I don't really want to extend it out any further. So... Or maybe I'll just have multiple blocks here with pistons. We'll see. Anyway, without further ado, let's see if we can actually move this side to side as it is. So we'll come down here and wait, before we do this, let's do another save. Just in case. Just in case. And this one, reverse. Oh, I see, it's going the wrong way. Oh, it was already extended. Oh, so I do have this correct then. I already had it extended. Oops. Okay, that's what was going on. Let's reset that. That's why I'm saving so often. Okay, so that explains it, that this is already actually extended. I thought it was. Alright, so I just need to fix these blocks over here so that they're not in the way when it retracts. So it retracts all the way up to this point. Right? Yeah, it retracts all the way up to that point. So I need another line of these blocks, which I don't think these are gonna be able to move that way. And you know what? This is not, I don't think the conveyor is making a tight seal, because you can see through it on that side there. So that's gonna be a problem unless I could figure out how to allow pipes to go through here without causing those sealing issues. You see, they gotta go up. Where's the up here? Here it is. Like this conveyor here. I don't know. Yeah, let me. I have to play around with it a little bit more and see what I can dig up and see what the wiki says about it. But I would like to get all the oxygen and everything going on in here and get this place so that I don't have to constantly carry oxygen bottles around while I'm building something or otherwise. But this looks like this will work out then, based on my initial test there. All right, well, that's about it, I think, for this episode of Space Engineers. I know there wasn't a whole lot of building going on. It was a lot of just catch up, but I think we shown off quite a lot of what's going on, and I'm still trying to figure some things out. Hopefully if we get this figured out, then I'll be able to start building some more ships again. I like to build another grinding ship that we didn't have before, and actually I could also put like a grinder on one of these maybe, but I don't want to do that right here. This is strictly my building area. And I also want to finish the little platform out there that we're looking at. That's just scaffolding right now. But yeah, like I said, that'll do it for this episode of Space Engineers. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time.